You know guys, here in the Call of Duty community, unfortunately we have this dilemma where if you're a content creator that's critical of Call of Duty, you have a ton of gooch-licking fans out there that get real sensitive about your critiques of Activision and Call of Duty, and a lot of these people unfortunately don't know that some content creators are actually targeted by Activision, myself included, and yes, I'll prove that in today's video, and even some of your favorite content creators out there, as we'll also display in today's video, are targeted by Activision, and it's really fucked up, and it just gives us another reason to really dislike them, and we're gonna get into all of that right now. But before we do, guys, I'm gonna need you to Batista bomb the fucking horse piss out of Joe Seacot's mouth. And subscribe if you're new, guys. The channel's been absolutely popping the flying fuck off recently. And we're getting closer to 60,000 subscribers. Guys, just hit the fucking button, alright? But anyways, let's start out today's video by showing you this tweet that has gone hyper viral whenever you talk about Activision and where they are in the charts, and anytime they get caught doing some desperate shit for numbers. We're just gonna reference this tweet always, and it's going to coincide with everything that we're talking about in today's video, guys. Remember this, exclusive, Activision leadership isn't worried about Battlefield 6 because Call of Duty is too big to fail. And since then, Call of Duty has been behind Battlefield 6 in the charts for pre-orders. And when the beta was live, I mean, holy goddamn shit, Activision and Call of Duty were getting cock-slapped, alright? That's just a fact. And even right now, as a couple of days ago, check out this tweet from Charlie Intel where he said, Battlefield 2042 has recently seen a huge uptick in players thanks to the limited time Battlefield 6 rewards, with Steam charts showing the game having more players than Call of Duty. That is fucking insane considering how old 2042 is. Now, if you're a content creator and you talk about any of these sort of things, and you start giving out reasonings as to why this may be, you know, we got skill-based matchmaking, predatory matchmaking algorithms, and you know how the microtransactions coincide with that, a ton of shady business practices, Activision as a publishing company in general. If you have any sort of reasoning to back up your claims for why you dislike Call of Duty and Activision, the gooch lickers will come out here. Oh, well, you're just hating for views, man. You make videos for easy clicks and you hate Call of Duty.
Shut up, bitch! Oh my god!
Well guys, the reason I'm bringing this up is because a lot of people don't understand that behind the scenes, there is some real shady shit between certain content creators and Activision themselves as a fucking corporation. And yes, the scat master himself has fallen victim to this, and so has somebody else that we'll get into that later on in the video, so stay tuned for that. Not to mention, and I'm gonna go on a very quick tangent here, super quick, there's other content creators that have called me out personally by name several times, and they go off about this whole thing where it's like, you're just calling them a paid shill, and who gives a flying fuck, man? If you are shilling for Activision, if you are defending Activision or Call of Duty from people who have actual beef and criticism for the game and publishing company behind it, you're literally a fucking joke, alright? You know, some of these little tiny content creator femboys out here, there's a reason you'll never fucking hear about them. Because here in the big 2025, it's just not a good look. And with that being said, guys, let me just show you guys my first-hand experience with Activision. Last year, before Black Ops 6 came out, there was a couple of leaks that came out about the game, and I covered them in a video, and I didn't show any type of gameplay or footage or images of this shit, and yet I ended up getting this right here. Hi Fooly, we received a copyright removal request for your video. Based on applicable copyright law, we removed your video from YouTube. And as you can see, this was issued by Activision Publishing Incorporated. And at the very bottom, you'll see you received a copyright strike. So yes, Activision literally copyright struck my channel and my video because I talked about a leak of their game, and it was a dogshit leak, and who would have thought the game comes out a couple of weeks and months later, it's fucking dog shit.
That shit is a two-pack of ass!
And some of you guys might have already known about this copyright strike thing and this following comment that I'm about to show you guys, but we've seen a ton of new supporters and subscribers and viewers here on the channel, so I'm sure not a lot of people know, but yeah, that fucking happened. And so did this. This was a comment that was left on one of my videos, and I'm not gonna show this person's name because I don't want them to get in trouble or have their friend get in trouble, but he says, I have a friend that works at Activision, and every now and then we talk about things, and I talk about your channel. Everyone hates your guts, but I love your videos, bro. Good work for putting the truth out there. Keep doing good work, thank you so much. But I also found out that Activision and other Activision groups are paid to go out and spam YouTube's videos. That is against anyone's videos who trash Call of Duty Activision, and you can read the rest of that for yourself. But guys, as you can see here, I mean, this is no surprise, right? Like, people who are very critical of Call of Duty and Activision, of course, the people up top, they're really not gonna like people like myself or anybody else who's critical of this shit, and it's understandable to an extent. But if you go out of your way to copyright strike my shit for no goddamn reason, that's where shit gets a little bit spotty between me and the publishing company behind this game that is already chalked in my mind. And judging by this comment, if it holds any weight, Activision goes out and they spam flag content creators who make critical content about Call of Duty. And no, that's not fucking right, man. That's literally censorship. So if you're somebody who's shilling for Activision and defending them from people like myself, just understand who you're defending here. Now guys, what if I told you it's not even people who are critical of Call of Duty that are being targeted by Activision? Let me rephrase that for you guys. People other than myself and people like Blame Truth and anybody else who is rage baiting, you know, the people who are very hypercritical of COD, we're not even the only ones that are targeted by Activision. Guys, I got this comment from a very large YouTuber here in the scene, and I'm not gonna expose who this guy is because if I'm not mistaken, this comment has been either taken down or flagged or else just deleted by the guy, and I don't want to expose him because who knows what kind of opportunities he has in the future. I don't want to fuck shit up for him, so I'm gonna block out his name. But just to show you that this is legit, the verified tag is still gonna be there. But he commented on one of my recent videos and said, I'm one of the largest COD YouTubers and I've been banned from Call of Duty events since 2023 because they lied about something I did that never happened and because of my negativity towards MW2. I've been told behind the scenes they talk so much shit about creators that aren't invited to these events, and I witnessed it myself when I used to go. One of the PR people has personal hatred for me.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
And this may not seem like a very big deal to you guys, but let me just put this into perspective, alright? This guy has around 1 million fucking subscribers. So his influence and push and impact in the Call of Duty community that is on YouTube and on social media, I would say, you know, he's a pretty relevant figure in the scene, and for them to not invite him to these events is already weird enough. But going beyond that, lying about something that he's never done is just weird behavior. I mean, we're talking about adults here, guys. Again, lying on somebody's name in the big 2025 as an adult is not a good look. It's just not. And yes, he does say he was negative about MW 2019 Part 2, but motherfucker, who wasn't, alright? I know there's a couple of people that like that game today and maybe they go back to it. I even went back to it. It was alright. But holy shit, during the launch period, that game was fucking ballistic balls, alright? That game sucked, okay? Everybody who had an IQ above my fucking cat behind me was hating on MW 2019 Part 2 because it deserved being shitted on. And then to hear that they talk shit about creators behind their backs and why they don't invite them to these fucking events, and then talking about how they have personal hatred for content creators, like, that's just weird behavior that shouldn't be happening from a group of professionals that, need I remind you guys, make like 6 goddamn figures producing garbage.
I get paid the most just to do the least.
Okay, like, I would understand maybe if they were producing some god tier games, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, honestly, like, if Rockstar produced GTA 6 and it was a goddamn banger, which we're all predicting, and they came out with the tweet saying, yo, fuck Fooly, I would have been like, hey, you know what, man? Yo, I'm with them. Fuck Fooly. But that's not the case. The case here is that they're suppressing content creators and they're pushing for censorship, which is already dog shit enough, and then they're targeting certain individuals. It doesn't matter if you're a hypercritical guy like myself. You could have damn near 1 million goddamn subs in the community, be well respected by a ton of goddamn people, and if they don't like you, they'll target you, they'll spread rumors about you, they'll lie on your name. It's fucking weird. Anybody out there, once again, if you are shilling or defending Activision, if you are working with them, if you're being compensated by them, I look at you differently, alright? I have personal differences with the way these motherfuckers work. Never once has it crossed my mind to copyright strike a different creator, because I'm not a bitch. And instead of bringing out relevant people to your CODNEXT event, You're bringing out the biggest gooch lickers and a group of fucking nobodies. We've talked about this in a previous video, so I'm not gonna get super in depth on that, but seeing these desperate attempts out of Activision to hold any sort of relevance in the gaming industry, specifically in the first-person shooter genre, when they're being severely outclassed by Battlefield 6, it's a fucking joke and they deserve to fail. Yes, I'll make jokes and I'll talk shit about Call of Duty. I'll say, hey, this map set sucks balls. Hey, these weapons are not balanced. It's uninspired slop. I'll say any of those things, but when I start talking about Activision specifically, please know that no, this is not for fucking views or easy clicks or whatever the fuck exclusive disgrace and Dyke Slut Dynamite and anybody else, any of these other fucking femboy content creators want to have a word with the Scatmaster. Motherfucker, if I shoot back, it'll fuck you up. When you start defending a publishing company that targets content creators, promotes censorship, and sends out false copyright strikes, yeah, for like the millionth time, it's not a good look. Alright, I will talk shit against you for doing some stupid nonsense like that. And to end the video off, once again, if you've already seen this tweet, I'm sorry, but it holds so much relevance here. It's not even limited to content creators, alright? Check this tweet out from the Ghost of Hope once again. He says, seeing content creator friends get no invites to CODNEXT, but people with barely any viewers or subs get invited is actually nuts. Sad thing is that it's a personal vendetta for the guy responsible for inviting creators. He's even gone as far as pretty much harassing and judging creators for being friends or interacting with me just because I leak Call of Duty. Let me find out this is the same jackass that is out here cock-blocking YouTubers with massive platforms and is out here targeting smaller content creators' channels on their YouTube videos, as well as sending out stupid-ass copyright strikes, guys. Let me find out. Alright, I think we need to find out who this guy is, man, and I think it'll come out soon, man. And before these guys get trigger happy with it, no, that is not a threat. I'm more so thinking about which creative insults I can come up with when that time comes up.
There's no way out of this one. You're done.
But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about all this. What are your thoughts on Activision as a publishing company and some of the reasons why they're targeting smaller content creators and even people with super massive platforms? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with my newest videos. And yeah, guys, it's been the boy Fooly. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out of here. Peace.